Hello, folks. This is Kyle, and I just want to give you a demo of how to use the TAC app, which is a template application server. Application for the Ninth Drug web server. Ninth Drug is a Scala-based open source web server that connects to a database, and so but this project just didn't have its own demo website, so I wrote TAC app to actually um, as a demo application for it. So basically, in this application, it's just real simple. It's what it does is it just lets you log in a task, and then basically it stores into a database. And this database now it's a Postgres database on the back end, and you can actually fetch stuff in the database, and it'll return you a JSON object for it. So in here, just a really quick run the demo. If we can create a task, we can do something like pickup. Okay, and then this is a business pickup for pizza. Okay, pizza. Okay, and then you can kind of see that it puts into the database, and then it just does a simple callback. This page here is real simple too. Yeah, I can show you the actual the page source itself. All this is it just does an AJAX call just to this web address, and it gets back a JSON object, and then it just parses the JSON, and just with JavaScript in it, it just it redoes the HTML. So, and here you go, and then this is the actual address itself. So when you actually hit this again, you can kind of see that there you go, pizza. It just throws back a JSON object. So I think the best way to kind of demo this thing is actually just to kind of uninstall it and just reinstall it from source. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, here let's go back to. Oops, let's go back to my home. Okay, and from source itself, there's basically just two directories which are really going to use. There's config directory that has two configuration files. The main one for the application is going to be a TaakAppConf, and this one's actually going to contain the database password, username, the app name itself, and actually the install directory, right? So where you want to install it to, and okay. And the other directory we're going to work on too is AppDevKit. What this is like it contains a bunch of shell script that actually just makes it easier to actually just redeploy them or to deploy for the first time the application. And a lot of this is just ran off from that configuration file. There's a second configuration file, and there's an SQL subdirectory too, which we'll get to. But in our example, everything here, this is the website running right now. You can kill it, and in here I've deployed to opt ninth drug. So from here I can actually just remove all the everything in this directory. There we go. And then we can go back to the source directory. So from in here we can go to app. Okay, okay. And we just run the setup, and there we go. And it just reinstalls it back at the files back to op ninth drug. Let's take a quick look in here. Ninth drug. There's nothing inside website because we haven't deployed it yet. And the other thing we should look at too is there's a missing TaakApp jar, which is actually going to be created when we actually build the Scala data objects. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go into AppDevKit. To do the database, I wrote a script called dbadmin.sh. To call this, it takes two arguments, but if there's two arguments the same, then just take one argument. It's for the database name and the database user. Since both of them are the same, I can just do this. Okay. And you can kind of see that, okay, it does a query right away, and then there's for TAC, there's actually 4 tables now, or 2 tables and 2 sequence tables. So what we can do is we can actually just drop those. DT. Actually, we're going to drop the whole database with drop database and user. So drop. There we go. And in here, then it gives you it dropped the role and the database. So TAAC is not there. TAAC is not there. So I can run this again. This time around, I'm going to make database and user password. Okay. Okay, good. Now we can see that there is actually a TAAC database and a TAAC user. Okay. And now to actually create the tables themselves, what this actually does is actually, here we can actually look inside the SQL file right now. It actually just runs this create tables SQL. So in this case, I wanted to create a task table and a users table. Okay, that holds the data. Okay, and then you could customize this, and then you can run it. So from here, dbadmin TAAC, and I'm going to CT create tables. There you go, and then we can actually go back to here, and we can see that there's two tables I created. Okay. Okay. And the other thing we want to do too is like I have this. We're going to actually start creating the Scala objects. So from that, I actually have a notion of like where I want to read the database itself and describe the database. So I have this function called describe tables. And what that does is it goes in to SQL and then it generates this file. And so this is a file that my other script can actually read to actually generate the Scala code. Okay. So since we have two tables, it's called task and users, I'm going to use those two in my next piece of my next script. It's called the DAO generator. Generate task. Oh, actually, here before we do that, we're going to look inside the build directory. This is from a previous build, but user and user caches in there. So I'm going to build task. Let's build. See, now we have task and Scala in there, and then I have a separate script to publish code. All this does is just pushes it to the source tree. Okay. And I'm gonna add task and users is the other one. Now I'm gonna publish this one too. Okay. Then from here, I can here. Let's go take a look at the source actually. So source cd main, cd Scala, cd TaakApp, ll. See, now you can actually see these four with the same timestamp had just been created. Okay. So we can go back out. Okay. Oops. One more. And it's just a simple ant. And then we do a deploy. Okay. Go visit back up to opt 9th drug, lslib. You can see the TaakApp jar was created and deployed. Okay. And then we actually ls inside websites. You can see the TaakApp website's now there. And here's one thing before we run it. We're going to go inside bin. We're going to actually just look at this startup script real quick. And here we see the configuration. Port 8080, opt 9th drug goes to opt 9th drug website TaakApps. So when I run this again, start website. Okay, we can actually go back to here to our localhost. Refresh it. There we go. Nothing's in there, and the view source is the same, but here is the REST API. Nope, nothing. Okay, and let's do another quick example. Let's see, whatever number that is. Pick up drinks, okay, for business. And there you go. You can go back over here and take a look at this again. That's it. So back on here, I actually try to I try to put more notes on the main README and better notes on here. But basically, if you follow this along too, then you can actually uh, change some of the configuration and change the database around, and then just use it to generate a new working website. Thanks a lot, and I'll probably do another video too, or I'll probably redo this demo. This is my first time. Thanks.